Annecy is a great little town. It's actually one of the best that we've been to. It's nicknamed the Pearl of the French Alps and sometimes called the Venice of the Alps. It might have something to do with the three canals that run through the old city, whose initial role was to protect the city and provide methods of transportation for its artisans. Or maybe it's just because it sits right on France's third largest and most scenic lake. And anytime you're sitting by running water, it's just so nice. Les Vieilles Annecy, or Old Annecy, was a settlement from the time of the Romans. It's actually pretty difficult to keep track of what countries ruled over what areas in Europe, since things flip back and forth so often throughout the centuries. This place switched from the Counts of Geneva's dwelling in the 13th century to the Counts of Savoy in the 14th century. Then the city became the Savoy's capital. It's just so difficult to pinpoint, especially when you're a tourist and a foreigner. Due to a lack of available building land between the lake and the protected Semnoz Mountain, its population remained stagnant around 50,000 inhabitants since 1950. However, just recently in 2017, a merger with several ex-communes extended the city's population. I'm not exactly sure what that means, and I'm not sure it matters. The Palais des Isles, again pronunciation, is a 12th century castle on an island in the River Theo. It is Annecy's administrative headquarters. It mostly served as a prison and a courthouse until the French Revolution. Again, it was a prison during World War II. We couldn't go there because of the renovations. During the Calvinist Reformation of Geneva, the Catholic bishop took refuge here in Annecy. With the advance of Calvinism, Annecy actually became a center for the Counter-Reformation. The older section of town, as with many places in Europe, is much more interesting than the new glitzy modern stores. The outdoor marketplaces are really tempting just to eat and eat and eat and eat before you stop at a restaurant. Paul's is one of my favorite French coffee shops in Boston, but the pastries here are better. The old section is actually fairly small, and so it's easy to maneuver around. This is the Cathedral Saint-Pierre, and it contains the relics of Saint Francis de Sales. Notice the doors at the waterline. the Boston Cafe. You can take a break from the shopping and walking around if you want and take a amazing cruise around the lake. Lake Annecy, again, is the third largest lake in France. It was formed about 18,000 years ago when the large alpine glaciers melted. And it's fed by many small rivers from the surrounding mountains. During the French Revolution, the Savoy region was conquered by France. This was the Savoy region, which was actually a part of Italy, but not really Italy because Italy wasn't a country yet. Then it was given to the King of Sardinia. Don't you just love this concept of giving towns and peoples away to other people? Then he sold it to France. Hey, I don't get it either. The skipper and Mary Ann. This is the flag of Annecy. And then onward. You can see caves in the cliff faces.